6 o'clock p.m., September 15th, at Hawkins City Hall. I have been tossing around the idea of starting and calling this to order a certain way, and so I really don't care if I get fired, whatever.
Well, we should say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Can I just speak?
Yeah.
Y'all get your 3 minutes, and I respectfully listen. I don't interrupt, so just, can I please speak?
If you take them glasses off so we know nobody else is listening to your butts.
Can we please? I've noticed, and I also have noticed it in myself, that these meetings have become basically, we're just showing up to fight. And can I please, Ms. Voda, please, can I just speak?
Sure.
I've noticed that every third Monday of every month, we come in here and we try to just be better, win, fight, and I really, sometimes I don't think we're all I think we have all had enough hate. I think we've all just had enough.
I would agree with that.
And I just want so badly to do the right thing. And I understand we don't agree, and that's completely fine. Completely fine with me if we don't agree. I can still have an adult conversation, and I know y'all can too. And that's all I am asking, is that we just don't turn the third Monday of every month into a gathering to just fight. That's not doing anything for the city. I may not be talking to everyone in this room, and it will fall on deaf ears. But I've been convicted, and I'm going to share with you that as a Christian, and like I said, you can do whatever you want. If I lose my position, I do not care. But I want you to know, as a Christian, I have been convicted. And I hope those of you who are a Christian have been convicted. I'm right there with you. And when I mean Christian, I mean there is a God who created us. He sent a Savior to die on a cross, and He rose again. That's the God I'm talking about. If you want to kick me out, you can do whatever you want. I'm so convicted, and I've been so stirred up that this is where we are, and I want better for this town. I do. And I feel like if I can allow my convictions to be on TV, then maybe we can come to some kind of common ground. So, thank you for letting me speak. We can start the citizens' comments. Ty, music. I'm going to do the and/or, and I'm going to say if you signed up, we need to speak now. And then we'll get through the rest of the agenda. But if you do want to speak, you can. Mr. Hammonds, Kyle? Hey, Kyle. I am so sorry. I am gonna let you speak. There's something I forgot to do, and I need to do it. I actually, need to change the order of our meeting, just because it was something that was,
Hey, Deb, you can go in order, it's okay. I'm good.
no, I'm gonna leave yours there.
Okay.
I appreciate that though.
Just whatever's easiest for you.
So, starting at number 8, and I'll repeat it however many times I need to repeat it. But starting at number 8, I need that to be number 11, and then we'll just move down. 12, 13, yes, sir. Yeah, and you can look at mine. I need it to be, number 8 is gonna be 11. We're gonna do 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I need it to go 8, 9, 10, and then of course 16 is 16. If I need to repeat that for anybody, I will. Is that okay for council? Can I get permission to do that?
By all means.
You got. No. 8 will be 11. And then down here will be 8. And you can just look online if you want. I'm sorry, Kyle. No, you can go.
Well, I was gonna ask about is on the oil festival, you know, it's coming up next month.
Mhm.
He's gonna be out there doing music selection and all that stuff.
The chamber is really more in charge of that than we are.
Okay. Well, the reason I was gonna volunteer my services, only thing is my equipment, I sold it off years ago. Analog stuff ain't really installed, so people, it ain't digital nowadays, it's just useless. But I figured that out. Anyways, I'd like to throw it out there, if somebody wanted to hire me, they could.
Contact Greg Branson.
Okay.
He's gonna be your go-to for the oil festival,
I'll have to get a
for
number
anything
from y'all,
chamber.
and I'll have to be, thank you.
Yes, sir. Jerry Thompson.
I grew up in Hawkins, and for those of you who know me here, most of you know me by Jerry Lynn, but I go by Jerry Thompson since I grew up and moved away from Hawkins. I have lived outside of Hawkins, not far from Brookshires, for about 30 years. I have been a licensed insurance agent for over 40 years, and I came here to speak and address something about the fire department. But after hearing the mayor saying what she said, I want to say that thank you for that, and I pray that everyone feels convicted like you say you're feeling.
Amen.
Now, because I have not seen that. I've been retired for 3 or 4 months now. I have made it my mission, as you all know, I've started a Facebook page, and I'm here to help the citizens of Hawkins. And what I have seen over the last 3 or 4 months is heartbreaking, it's pathetic, and to me, it's of Satan. It is not of Christ. And I just want to make that clear. So I pray that what you said tonight is what you will follow through as well. Okay, so my concern, a lot of people know I've been putting my voice out there, and I've been condemned for it a lot. There are going to be some budget proposals put forth tonight for the city council. One of them is called Amendment B2 Budget, and it was put on the website without the city council knowing anything about it, just a few days before this called meeting, or this scheduled meeting. My concern, I know we're all concerned about the police department, and rightly so. We are very concerned. But also, for those of you who do not know, this second budget, and council members, in case you haven't noticed or haven't been able to look at it, on the amendment B2 budget, it cuts the fire department's budget from the acting budget right now of $148,035 down to $78,865, and that is appalling. And let me tell you why, because you, as residents in Hawkins, outside of Hawkins, your rates, if you're within Hawkins responding area, your rates are based on property protection classes. This is something that back when Sam Bradley was mayor, I actually got with him, the ISO, Insurance Service Office gave me authority. At that time, Hawkins had their protection class and it was a good one, but the people in Lake Hawkins did not. They weren't even considered covered by fire department. Their rates were like they were totally unprotected. Therefore, a lot of my customers couldn't even get insurance. So I got with ISO, they gave me permission, I got with Sam Bradley, and I believe who the fire chief was back then.
Should've been Eddie,
Huh?
Eddie Ellison.
No, well, it may not have been, it was one of the ones that was on there forever. He may not have been the fire chief. But we got together, and you may have been on it too, Bucky, but things were done according to ISO so that Hawkins could get an outside protected rate.
Let's stop here.
Okay, so it's very important that you take care of your fire department. Okay, sorry.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Chuck?
Well, I guess I have to go to the podium. So as I understand it now, 11 is now 8 and 9, or 8 and 9 and 11. So anyway, the proposed budget must be filed with the city secretary at least 30 days before the official vote to adopt the property agreement. It was filed with the city secretary and posted on 8/29 at 8 o'clock in the morning, or thereabouts. So no vote at this meeting, according to the state of Texas, 102.005, agenda item 11 is capable tonight. Also, the B2 budget was only posted on the city website on 9/12. So the 15-day requirement has not been met for not increasing the rate. So no vote is possible until the 15 days have expired. So that is the state of Texas 102.006. The proposed budget must include line item comparing expenditures in proposed budget and actual expenditures in the preceding year. 102.003. That hasn't been done either with the proposed budget. So, when was the water and sewer department does not need to be financed by the property taxes in the state of Texas. In fact, most towns in Wood County, Mineola, for example, also, they completely finance their water and sewer department with the fees associated with those departments. So they are not a burden on the property tax owners or payers. So we're in a situation where we cannot, according to Texas state law, do anything with the budget because we haven't met the requirements. So we're into the failure to adapt or adopt area. A city that does not pass a tax rate is limited to the lower of the previous year's tax rate or the new,
Mr.
no
Yes.
new tax rate. Okay, so I will yield.
Dale, have you told them you're using the counter now? Do they understand that?
Yeah.
You okay?
I don't have it with me in front of me, but yes.
I do, if you want it, I do.
All I know is that when I put the public hearing in the paper, that's the day that I have to post it on the bulletin boards and all that. But we can't do a tax levy until we pass a tax rate. That's when then it says 30 days of the tax levy. We don't have a tax levy. We ain't gonna have a tax levy until we finalize the tax rate. And then we have 30 days to do a tax levy.
Except,
That's not what chapter 102 says, though, when you read it. It breaks it down into what has to be posted online, how it has to be posted, what point it has to be posted in. 102, chapter 102 of the Texas law states all of that.
I've done it all these years, so.
Ms. Boda.
I would like you to take those glasses off. Right now, they audio and they videos.
No, they don't. These are my glasses. I need them to see.
Well,
You are videoing. There's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
these other people videoing.
Because
I
I
don't
think there's so many
understand.
meetings that have not made a bit of sense. My husband was a chief of police here for 21 years. The day that this lady gave her retirement, that she was gonna quit, she stood up and she said there was money missing from the city of Hawkins, and she quit.
No.
I heard her say it, Debbie, don't tell me I didn't hear what I heard.
Okay.
But why we don't have a police department as sad as the day is long. Yeah, you sleep with a gun by your head. Some of us can't do that. So you just sleep good at night, okay, little lady?
Are you threatening me?
I'm not threatening you, I just said sleep good at night with your gun. No, I didn't threaten you. I don't have to threaten you. We would wish you would go home and get out of here. But I'm not threatening you about nothing. I can't change your position. Yeah, I can. And we're working on it. You cause nothing but chaos. Where's all the money that Hawkins had? I know what the money had when Ron Boda was chief. I knew how much money they all had to spend. But you're cutting our fire department down. That is number one. No way. Now I'm gonna assume my 3 minutes is up. But I don't like nothing this city is doing for our city, for our people in this town.
So last year,
Yeah, where'd that money go?
we passed a negative $1.6 million budget. The year before that, we passed a negative $940,000 budget. The year two, so about 2019, we passed a negative $224,000 budget.
Dale, that's the actual deficit.
Those are the deficits.
That's the actual from the.
I'm
from the-
sorry.
And then
We
the
have passed
ones are on
the
other side.
478 deficit budget. The problem was, basically, it's just overspending for that many years. You find yourself in the position that we're in now. That's the simplest way I can explain it. If you continue to, it's two things actually. If you continue to overspend, that's one of the issues. We've passed many deficit budgets because we're overspending. The second thing is when Wood County lets us know this is what you're going to receive in payroll tax if every single person pays their property tax. Okay? So we can't abide and use that number, because that's 100% of people paying their property taxes. And we just know that's not gonna happen. It's typically not. So what I did last year, and I'm doing it again this year, is that I lower that to a certain percent to make sure that we can start building our reserve back. Because, yeah, we had 2.2 something million in our reserve, but when you're overspending every single year, that money is coming out of our reserve to pay for the overspending. And it's basically all come to a head. And we have to fix it. So, next, Amy Pat.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Derek.
Good evening, council members and residents in attendance. I am here tonight because I am deeply concerned, not just for myself, but for every resident in this city. This year, you disbanded our police department. That was a major decision, and whether it was one supported or not, it dramatically changed this community's ability to handle public safety. Now, as you prepare next year's budget, I see that you have chosen not to hold a public workshop, and our choices are cut in half, or sadly, to approximately a quarter of the previous year's budget for a police department, and still nothing allotted for a city attorney, whose job is to guide you. Maybe if you had some guidance, you wouldn't be overspending. All while telling us that you're seeking to increase our property taxes. Why? A budget isn't just numbers on paper. It reflects priorities. It shapes the safety, the stability, and the future of our community. And when you eliminate a workshop, you take away one of the few chances residents have to ask questions, give feedback, and understand the choices being made with their tax dollars. That isn't transparency by any means. It's shutting out the very people you were elected to serve. I want to be clear. This is not about politics. It's about the process. A process you like to change on the fly, such as your call to order once again. Open government requires public input. Responsible budgeting requires dialogue. Right now, the message being sent is that our voices do not matter. And that is unacceptable.
Yes.
I am asking you respectfully but firmly to reconsider. Restore the workshop and allow discussion. Address the residents' concerns for once. Not sitting up here geeky and a gaga between yourselves, shaking your head because we're wrong, when you could Google what you need to know about Texas law and a proposed budget. Let the people you represent have a seat at that table. Decisions made in the dark rarely serve the light of day. We cannot afford indifference when it comes to safety, accountability, or the financial health of our city. Please do the right thing and make transparency and public engagement your top priorities, not just an afterthought, as it has been for too long. How do I stand?
Thank you. That's it. John Pat.
One thing I have is I have respect for the institution that takes place here right now. One thing I will do is watch what I say, because I have enough respect for each and every one of you in the position you hold. And I will hold that up. Even though we may have a difference of opinion, it definitely does not warrant you you being cursed. And I refrain from doing that myself. I've asked others to at least have that respect, even though our discussions may become heated. There is a lot going on, and we've agreed that the way to balance the budget is to quit spending, not to charge your customers, us, the citizens, more for what we're doing. There are cities around Texas, local and not local, that can seemingly make it down on the budget that they have for the same city of our size. There is a great interest on this side of the table as well to make sure that we improve what we can every time we meet. And it does, it becomes heated. But we're trying to come to a resolution. I think we can do it civil. Yes, there is a lot of anger on this side of the table. Appreciate y'all's time and the fact that you have volunteered to do this job. It's not an easy, by no means. But I do respect the position that you're in. I appreciate it.
Alita?
I'm a little stuck, so I'm just gonna say that's, okay. Everybody that has spoken has pretty much said what I also wanted to say. I do have concerns, deep concerns about our budget and why such an increase, for example, in the administration portion, up over $200,000 from the previous year. That's concerning. The cut to the police department and the fire department is of great concern because our citizens are not going to be protected. They're not protected now without law enforcement. And that is something that is greatly needed. I'm not sure what steps you've taken to secure that for the city and its residents. But that is something that I think should be shared with the citizens because they're very concerned. They're really concerned because the response time for the Wood County Sheriff, as hard as they work, they have their own stuff to do without babysitting Hawkins. And there's no reason that they should have to babysit Hawkins. We should have our own police department. The citizens need to feel safe, and more citizens are choosing to leave for various reasons. You know, I'm sure that just not having a police department isn't exclusive, but I'm hearing all the time, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. Where's our police department? When are we going to get somebody in here? And I'm not seeing any strides to make that happen. And I know September 1 was our deadline to have somebody in place. And I would like to know what happened with the applicant that I passed out the resume at the last meeting. Nothing happened with him. And is there an explanation as to why he was never contacted, interviewed?
There is. I'm not going to share his personal information in front of everybody.
I don't care about personal information. I'm just asking, I mean, because I know you're not, at least I'm hoping you're not going to say it's because he wasn't qualified, because that is nothing further from the truth. He was qualified, so I'm hoping that there's another explanation, because what it looks like from where a lot of people sit is that you were just wanting to get rid of the police department altogether, and you accomplished that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm pretty much done.
Linda Lane.
I'll just say one thing. I've seen more I live on Highway 14. I've seen more county, and I've seen more DPS, they stop them in front of our house all the time, than I did when we had a police department. Let's put it that way.
All you want? All the time you want? Miss Norma Hallmark?
Are we gonna be able to ask questions about the budget as it comes up, or is that totally off the table?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, we can't do that.
Why not?
Well, no, like, we,
No, can we ask questions?
no.
What about department heads?
So that's what I'm talking about, can we ask questions?
There's a public hearing.
No.
You've got to
Boy,
allow
dang.
public hearing before you ask somebody.
This is why.
That's okay, that's all right.
Right? It's Texas law.
Oh, she's paying us a thing. Don't. That was
Well, because, and I still have time, because department heads should be allowed to ask questions about their own budgets. If, you know, what we proposed isn't up to what y'all want to pass, then we have a right to know why you did what you did and have an explanation, and we explain to you why we are asking for that particular amount of money.
Right.
I mean, which is what a workshop would have accomplished had we had one.
Right. So I would say that I don't know how many times I have expressed that any department head can call me, call a council member, get answers, instead of waiting until the day of the meeting and you want questions answered that no matter how much paperwork we have in front of us, we may not be able to answer that question. But if the question is asked, like, I've had people call me, we've had meetings, I've sat down with people, I've gone line by line and explained things, but.
Well, you and Dan both claimed that you were gonna have a workshop. You promised.
Yes. Well, I didn't promise, but yes, I said,
You said there would be.
You
You
said
both
there would be.
said, you both said
Yes.
there would be,
right,
which did not happen.
no,
And we always used to have them in the past, and they were very helpful because, again, instead of calling each individual council member or calling you, you got to sit down, they got to ask us questions, we got to answer that, and also,
Your time.
of course. I wanted it out there.
discuss and vote on building permit at 1240 North Bueller Street. Obviously, I just want to say thank you.
I think the whole community is like,
Yeah, the whole community should tell you.
yeah.
No, you don't have to.
I can go to voting.
It's whatever you want. We're gonna ask about a one, we need to ask it of all. No, you're good. So what you building?
Well, I'm not remodeling the house. Depending on how this goes, I'd like to bulldoze the house down. So,
Thank you.
I know that that property has been an eyesore to the community for quite some time now. And earlier this year, I had the privilege of purchasing it and I'd like to make something of it, so, from a business owner.
What's the business?
I own Bounce Down Inflatables.
Nice.
We're located out there in the county, and we've been in business for going on 4 years. So,
I'm sorry, it's the what business?
Bounce Down Inflatables for kids.
Oh, the bouncy house.
Yeah, so we looking to move to the great Hawkins, Texas. So,
Well, I'm glad you're coming.
thank you.
Well,
So, I think, does anyone else have any questions?
Yes, sir.
I suppose it won't be built anywhere. underground utilities have been located?
Sir?
All underground utilities have been located?
I've had 811 out there, and everything's been located. Yeah, and I've been in contact with them as well, so everything's good there.
I shouldn't want to get filled on.
Yeah, we're not gonna,
Outliners.
yeah, we're not gonna do anything,
Okay.
anything crazy, so. And I'm aware of the dumpsters and the porta potties, so.
And I see that the boat's gone.
Yeah, the boat's gone.
That was a challenge, I know,
My goodness.
especially when I wasn't on
All
the
right,
board.
does anybody have a motion?
I'll make a motion, to accept
The building permit.
the building permit.
There
I got seconded
we go. I
before.
know. It's okay, it's okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Great,
Appreciate it, y'all.
thank you.
Thank y'all, y'all have a good day.
It's nice to meet you. Discuss and approval of Hawkins Community Development Corporation Community Project for new holiday lighting not to exceed $16,000. Hey! Hello! How are you?
Good, thanks. Hey, Council, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tori Gladner. I own the Holly Cow on 80 here. And recently, I believe the last meeting, you voted me in for the HCDC. So I guess this is the perks of being the newest member of the HCDC, is I get to come and propose this. So we're going to pivot. Christmas is happy, exciting time. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Christmas. We, as the Hawkins Community Development Corporation, are proposing, because I believe everything over $10,000 needs to come before the council. And we priced out a couple different companies for new Christmas lighting to go down all four ways from our one stoplight area. And so we went with the cheapest one. And so as you can see on the agenda, that it would not exceed $16,000. So it's going to be very similar to the ones in the past. The colors, different candy canes and candles, and Miss Claire, you helped out. We remember we picked 6 or 7 different designs. Yes, those kind of things. All of the ones we currently have, almost all the bulbs are out of them, and they are just, they've seen better days.
Yeah.
Can you salvage any of them? I like to see more lights down the highway.
That's
I
what
like
we-
the flash.
we talked about
The
businesses
Well, I will-
have a competition.
I will say, we also have in the workings, so this holiday lighting is for those colored ones that will go out throughout the city. And then we are in the making of doing greenery and white lights and wreaths in this direct downtown area. So, we're excited. Beautify Hawkins and light it up for Christmas.
Anybody have any questions?
Then I make a motion to approve the Hawkins Community Development Corporation on the Christmas light project.
Second.
Thank you, Council. Appreciate your time.
All in favor?
Oh, aye.
Yay.
All right, thank you all. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank you.
For Christmas.
Yay, Christmas!
Discuss and vote on minutes from August 18, 2025 City Council meeting.
And on the minutes, there is a mistake.
We did see that.
Yes, I know that's.
You did. Okay.
I'll make it correct.
I know you did that. Okay, we're good.
Anybody else?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes from, the amended minutes from,
August 18.
August 18th.
I'll say. All right, we got a second from Meredith. All in favor? All right. Thank you. Discuss and vote on financial report for August 2025. Anybody have any
there are no questions from the council, I propose to accept the departmental monthly reports for August 2025, financial reports 2025.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Everybody will be.
That was everyone, yes. Discuss and vote on departmental monthly reports for August 2025.
He's putting in his vote.
Something that you would like to discuss. Then we can do it this one, and then we can have a conclusion or something like that. Okay, it's totally fine with me. Yeah, of course. We're gonna start with. Let's just start with library. Here we are. Do you have anything?
Other than my stats and the fact that we did in fact become accredited again this year.
Saw that.
Everybody's got that copy of that accreditation letter. You know, it's an honor to be that, so I'm always striving to make the library a great place for the community, since we have so little here to provide for people. And then I applied for the grant. I'm hoping to hear this month to replace our computers that are going out of date. So it's going to be a little less than $20,000 for that grant if we get approved for it. We'll know this month.
Can anyone donate computers?
Not really, because the computers that we set up, they have to be set up a certain way. Which is why I asked for grants. In order for them to be totally safe for the community to use, you don't just want any computer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Fire department?
All right, for the month of August, we had 10 EMS calls, 2 car fires, 4 MBA, 2 fire alarms, 1 power line down, 1 tree down, and 1 smoke investigation at the house for a total of 20 calls, approximately 1,400 pounds. And I would like to express my thank you guys that are concerned about the fire department's budget. $78,000 is not going to work. So that is great. I'm glad y'all brought that up. And that is half of our budget. And I will, for the record, say nobody has contacted me to see where those cuts need to be made. So just so you guys are aware of it. So in approximately 6 to 8 months, when we're not available to run calls because we have no funding, that will be your reason.
Thank you for what you did.
Thank you.
Your insurance rates will go up.
And I will add that there is an ISO rating that is coming up around October, November. And we will go to probably a 9.
Which means just unprotected.
Yeah.
Excuse me for not getting up, I pulled the disc in my pack. But, we had 13 active cases, none were contested, so we ended up the month with 13 cases going forward. We have between 600 and 900 cases that are still pending disposition. And it will depend on what y'all do. I think I sent you a memo, so if you read it and have any questions, just let me know. Other than that, do you have any questions for the legal department? I'd be glad to answer. Okay, thank you.
Water, sewer?
All I got is, bad news for the railroad.
Yeah.
No thanks for the railroad, so we have to do a water line 4 replacement for that. I'm giving an estimated cost for budget, raised it, and the estimated cost for water tower, both need repairs. And they were happy dues for it will be public and safety for waters.
Right.
for the school and for
Right.
everybody in town.
All right, so these are the ones that are railroad.
That's the railroad.
These are the ones that are tower.
Yes, the
Okay.
bottom of the tower, yes.
I actually asked Mike to take me over there, and if you ever want to, go in the tower and actually see where that leak is, and of course, I needed pictures, because I'm trying to explain how bad it is. And then, of course, the railroad one is surprisingly more important than the tower one.
Well, it needs to be fixed first before we
Right.
put the tower down repairs, because volume to the school is cut in half right now.
Yep.
Pressure the same, volume in half. That's one whole feet inside of that town.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a bond issue?
Yeah.
Was that part of this? I'm glad you had.
No, there was not a bond issue for that.
$1 million bond?
No, not for that.
For the-
The bond was issued for a water line they did and the road, and sewer plant.
I heard it was for the tower.
No, it was not for the tower.
That'd be interesting.
So we just had the tower leak last 4 months. 6 months. So that would be impossible to have already received a bond for that.
So we also have a grant working, $100,000 grant for a lift station, which we applied for several years ago.
Yeah.
And we're just now getting to do it, so.
Right. The one on
And
8.
The bond was for the sewer plant, which we're still paying off for it.
Right.
And it is funded by the water and sewer department.
Yeah.
What kind of money are we talking about on both those projects?
The railroad's probably $370,000, and the water tower's estimated at $600.
75.
Yeah, 75.
All right, thank you.
I've got a question here. Yeah, how does that bond thing, well, I don't know if it was called a bond or a grant, okay? And that those pipes were supposed to be replaced and everything, it's the older part of
Well,
town.
that's the lead copper line replacement program.
Yeah, how does that come along?
It's a slow process because it's funded by the state too. We gotta do a survey first, then do an assessment, and we build projects from that.
Okay.
It's customer line surveys, what it is.
Well, we're fine, but I mean, I know that a lot of people are having problems with their water, the way it tastes and.
I ain't heard no problems. I got not one complaint for taste of water.
I know.
Hey, guys,
Well, keep cutting my budget, and there we go. Keep running
I will
everybody else.
say,
Yeah, they are.
I will.
Every year they cut my budget.
All right, I'm done.
Thank you.
Both. Please. If you have a complaint, please go to City Hall or email Mike and let him know that you have a complaint. I know, I don't know how many months ago that was, that I had a question, and it was someone else, it wasn't me, but I asked for them because they brought it to my attention. It's fixed the same day. It's how things can be around here, if you would.
Call us,
There's one of me.
we'll check it out.
There's one of me, and everyone in here needs me to contact you in order to, no, that's not how it works. If you need me, you contact me. If you need to, anything, just, I have an email, my phone number is published, leave me a voicemail, text me. I don't understand how we have some citizens that can do that, and then there's some citizens that refuse to do that, but then voice a concern at a meeting where I can't do anything while sitting here. All need a vote on monthly reports. Did we do streets?
Had us report on streets. County has replaced the culvert on Lowy Lane.
Yeah.
They're supposed to start with paving and a bit, in the next month or so.
Thank you.
I'll move to address, vote for acceptance of the departmental monthly reports for August 25.
All in favor? Alright. Consider ratification of the proposed Yep.
Do 8, 9.
So we're doing public hearing, which I'm opening now. I'm opening the public hearing for the budget fiscal year 2025, 2026. You guys can actually communicate with one another.
So,
And you must communicate with one another. I'm here to run the meeting.
is this for the
It's
tax,
open,
number
it's
10?
open for the public hearing, it's open up for the.
I know. Thank you.
Okay, we're on page. Are we doing number 10?
Okay, so earlier in the meeting, I
Switch some numbers.
let you guys know
Yes.
that we had, so number 8 is 11, and then you go down from there, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then, there's number 8, 9, 10, and then 16 stays the same.
So what's the new number 8, is what they're asking?
13.
Thank you. The new number 8 is 13.
Thank you.
I'm confused. We're having a public hearing, but the citizens and the department heads can't speak.
Right. I know.
Citizens can speak.
The citizens can't speak,
No,
right?
they can.
They can.
At the public hearing, yes.
Well, at the public hearing, I've already told you that, it's against the law, Texas law, to vote on this because it hasn't been published accordingly. Because it hasn't been 30 days, so you can't raise the rate from last year without the 30-day requirement. So the 29th is the first day
I know.
that you could do that. And you would have to call a special session. Now, for the proposed budget B2, it was only posted on the website on 9/12. So the 15-day requirement isn't being met because, well, you would if you had a city attorney.
And Chuck, I'm gonna say this in the nicest possible way,
Okay?
but how do you suppose we afford a city attorney, a fire department, a police department, when you passed an over $1 million budget deficit? You allowed
No, it
this
wasn't
town.
deficit at the time we passed it because Texas
No.
law requires
Pick one of
the
these up.
balanced budget.
Did you pick one of these up? This is drawn from our accounting.
Well, that may be true, but it's all proposed
Okay.
for the budget, and we did not pass a deficit budget.
Yeah, we have.
No, we haven't.
very-
It turned out to be deficit because of spending, but we did not pass a deficit budget because Texas law does not require that, or bans that, actually.
That's actually not
You
true.
have stated
But-
2 or 3 times.
You are right.
Yes.
Should there not be a public workshop before?
Yes, there should.
This is it.
It's supposed to be a workshop.
Supposed to be, and legals are being thrown around a lot, and no, we do not have
Well,
to have a
when I
workshop.
first got this, you know, I posted it on my group page. This was so totally out of order. I mean, I even saw, and I haven't even been involved for 3 months.
All right.
Are you planning on putting together a police department of some measure?
Me?
Yeah.
That's not actually up to me. This is your council.
Well, that's your budget that you're putting forward to them to approve.
Yes.
So.
This is
in
a
your
budget that I've sat down with multiple council members
Right.
and come up with
So
numbers. This
y'all are
isn't something that I
basically
just,
trying to put together some manning.
something that we can afford.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I've seen multiple numbers float around. Are you doing away with the court?
If we don't have a police department,
That's right. You don't need a court.
we don't need a court.
Obviously.
So basically, right now, again, not up to me.
Losing money.
And I am, as a council member, in full support of having a police department.
That's good.
And I am too.
That's good.
Me too.
As I told you, there's about $360,000 gross out there, that's gross. And you split it with the state, and there's this fund and that fund. But it is, most people will tell you, the court dishes out hopefully justice fairly, but it's also the biggest moneymaker the city has. If it's run right, fairly. But you've got a major highway here, and lots of people say, well, I can just breeze through there. I mean, when I look at 900 tickets that they haven't even responded to, that's contempt of the city. They hold you in contempt, so they're not gonna do nothing. So these have been converted from citations to complaints. They will not fall off the books in 2 years. Okay? They're gonna stay with you forever, unless you have a city attorney who writes a motion to the court, and the court agrees to dismiss them. So, you know, I just,
There we are.
yeah, that's where you
Yeah.
are. It is something that would probably pay for us if you have them on an hourly rate. You know, so, it's food to consider.
Yeah, so looking at one of these, I mean, are you guys looking at doing away with the fire department also? Okay, because,
I don't want to do away with anything.
Well,
I would love for
reason-
everybody to get everything that they want.
well, I'm glad,
We have to,
I'm
here's
glad,
the
I'm
money
glad
coming
you think
from.
that, because you went behind my back and reached out to somebody else and said, hey, if everybody on the fire department leaves, will you guys cover our costs? So, who, you know who, I've been in this game 15 years, I know people.
I have no idea what you're talking about,
And
Todd.
then you propose a police department that we do not have a police department, right? Can everybody agree with that?
Yes.
For $87,000. My fire department budget is $78,000, and I have upwards of 20 people, 7 pieces of equipment that run up and down the road. That's 20 cents a
So do we want
bunker
the police
here.
department, or do we want to, I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
just
now
wanting to
we're
know,
talking
I
about
want to know
there's
why
too much
that
money
number's so low.
in the police department.
Because it makes no sense to me. I mean, you give a department, you don't have $87,000, and then you have a department over here that probably has the most employees that are volunteers in equipment that is $78,000.
Right, so you
So
want
where
to
does
take
that make
that
sense?
out of police departments completely and put it in fire?
That's not my job to do. My job was to give you a budget and you reach out to me, and if you wanna cut it, we can go line by line and cut what needs to be cut instead of people cutting stuff that does need to be there and it's not there.
There's an offer presented to you
for, to basically take the fire department off your budget.
You're putting it on an agenda.
Well, I'm not even worried about that, I'm more concerned about this, this is taxpayer money.
Hey, can we just do one at a time, please?
And is this 78, is that considering the 40,000 from Wood County?
No.
Okay, so, well, I thought we put that money into the fire department budget, and we dispersed it, that's what I was told last time. And it goes to the general fund. Now, I'm open, I mean, if you guys are gonna give me my 40,000 in the county, which is for fire protection, I'm open a little bit with this 78. I'm okay with that a little bit.
I would never use county money to go towards, I mean, that's for fire.
Right.
Can't use it for
And
anything else.
and apparently it goes into our budget and then it's dispersed throughout the budget. However, at the end of the year, when I have to answer for receipts, that 40,000, I can't tell you where that goes because it's quote unquote dispersed through my budget.
Why wouldn't you be able to tell me where it goes?
It don't have a line item. It shows as an income, but I don't know where it goes after that. You say that it's through the budget. It's dispersed throughout the budget.
Okay.
Now, some of that stuff throughout the budget, we get grants for it. We turn around and we use that, we get a grant.
Yeah.
Well, county money can't be used for grants because
Right.
it's being reimbursed.
Yep.
And so, how am I supposed to provide receipts to the county? Because I'm not doing it this year.
Well, I put it in, like when we get it coming in from Wood County, when they send it, they put it in the journal or whatever, they can send the check, and I put it in the fire department. Not your donation account, I put it in the, I put it in the line
We don't
item.
have an outside account anywhere other than a
Right,
donation.
no, I'm
account.
talking about in the general fund, we have all the departments in there. And so when we get the $43,000 from Wood County, you have to put it in what department it goes to, and I put it in 15. So it shows as income in your, on your sheet, it shows as income as $43,000.
Correct.
And that's the way, I mean.
I understand that.
That's our auditor's way of doing things. I don't know why he does it like that, but, I mean, anyway.
I'm understanding
That's where,
that.
that's
I
where
mean,
it's at.
that's
I
what
mean,
you were
it's in the
told to-
fire department.
That's what you
so.
were told to do, and I get that, I understand that. Auditor, that's what
And
he
that
does.
is the money they have to
However-
put outside of the city limits that you guys.
However, that money needs to have its own line item, where that can be traced, where I can provide the receipts for that line item to the county.
I got you. So we can make a line, I see what you're saying, so make a line item for
So-
that.
So in actuality,
Here, please.
if we plus 43,000 to this 78, still a low number, but that's manageable, that's different. It's a different volume.
We can fix that.
But that county money has to have its own line item.
I can fix it just like that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
simple thing.
the last 3 times I've talked about it, I got told it gets put into the general fund, it goes in here, shows as an income, and then it's dispersed throughout your budget. I can't track something that
Your
gets
budget.
dispersed. Right. I can't track something that gets dispersed.
All right. You were next.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because the budget I printed off was a week ago and I just looked at it, we just looked at it today. So it's inaccurate based on, and I was appalled to see that the police department was, cut by as much as it was because it clearly showed that there was no intent to replace, in my mind, the police department. Because they can't function on, you can't function a department on that little money. And now to hear about the fire department, that's even more concerning. So to me, it seems like it would be great wisdom to actually have a workshop where you could explain where the actual expenditures were, where the actual overages were, why we were in deficit, so we can see where the money is going. And that's not gonna happen tonight.
Right.
And so you just wanna pass a budget based on us writing, basically, and you just doing whatever you already have written down. That is not good leadership.
Well, that second budget just showed up, and you said earlier, you talked it over with most of the city council members. That's not what I've been told. They didn't know about it until it got in its packet.
I'm gonna tell you, anybody that wanted to sit down with me and go line through line with budget, They did.
Too late now.
What about the workshop that you mentioned several times in the last meeting that could be had?
I talked about it twice.
I'm not talking myself.
Talked about it twice. I had personal emergency family, but then also, I did it this way last year. And based on I mean, you can't call it anything other than hate. I don't see a workshop. I mean, we've already proven it tonight where I've begged for just the civility. And
Well, I think
there's
a lot
no
of that stuff-
dialogue that's actually going to work.
I think a lot of the concern is that you encouraged them to do the A2 at the last meeting, and everybody asked you, was this just a proposal?
Yes.
Can we change it? And then somehow or another, B2 got slipped in without,
No, and then
with several of the
sneaked
city
in.
council, yes, ask any of your council city members if they saw what was in their packet just the first of this week. And it was put online. They hadn't even discussed it, they don't know anything about it. That's the one where you're really cutting the budget. And so where did that one come from?
The B2, that was me sitting down with some council members, heads of departments that wanted to.
Heads of department.
And
I was
so,
told y'all didn't.
real quick, I want to say again, I am one person, and I have said it a million times. If you need to sit down with me, call me, text me, email, I can make it happen. So, that's what you have to do. No, not, hang on. Yeah, I got,
We gotta add it for the, on the big two budget, yes, we gotta add that in there.
the fire department.
Yeah, we gotta add your growth back in. 65,200, that would make it 143.
So again, just make it real clear. I understand how easy it is to be angry. But I don't. I've had this for a year. We didn't get here overnight.
I think the procedure's in question.
And that's fine, you can question procedure. I know that I'm not doing anything illegal, and I wouldn't.
You
Yes, sir.
are doing illegal if you have a vote on this referendum tonight, because the notification has not happened.
Guys, respectfully,
Respectfully.
talking,
Respectfully, I'm not asking a heated question or anything, but I am asking clarification for somewhere that you had said earlier. Whether it be your previous budgets, whether it's the new budgets or whatever, there was some rather disheartening. The public may not always be educated on what questions to ask, but when you're talking about specific budgets, your department heads that put stuff forward. What was disheartening is when one of the department heads asked you if y'all can have conversations on that in the public hearing and everything, and
I said no.
you said no.
Right.
Your answer to her though was, there's so many pieces of paper and stuff over here that you would not be able to give her a definitive answer.
Right now.
All right, as a taxpayer that has to put out money off of your answers, we want you educated as much as possible. And if you're not dealing with the department heads and you can't give a definitive answer, then hopefully we don't go to a definitive vote until you are able to give definitive answers.
Okay, so I can give you answers. I'm saying if you're showing up right now, tonight, and you have a specific question for me, It's gonna take me a minute.
I do not have a specific question, but I would hope that the people that we have in place as department heads do know what questions need to be asked or to answer to, whether it's they need this money for this specific line item or anything along that lines.
I agree.
I'm just saying, if you can't hold a conversation with them on that,
Oh, I absolutely can.
never mind.
Thank you. I absolutely can.
But until you get that conversation and stuff, and I guess it leads back to the workshop, however you may get it and stuff, I'm just saying, would you not want to hold off on voting on something until you're educated and you can explain to them, we don't have the money for that or whatever, but they're also able to tell you, and I'll just point towards the fire department here, there's certain things you have to have in place for protection of other people, to prevent their insurance from going up and all this other stuff. Well, if y'all can't hold, well, I don't care whether it's the library, the fire department, the water department, whatever, there does need to, it appear to be a workshop needed so that everybody has the opportunity, so that each council member and stuff can make an educated vote.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I make a motion to table the budget proposal.
You can't do that.
One.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
you
You have to word
Yes, you
it
can.
a different way. You have to word it a different
Okay, how do I
way.
word it?
Everything has to be done at the tax office by the 19th, and we don't have time to have.
We understand it's how convenient.
No.
That's what we said.
Yes, everything has to be approved to the tax office by the 19th. That's what the tax people told us.
You're basically forcing the council to approve something that they're saying we got a problem with this.
Okay, here's the deal.
The state's just gonna come in and take over.
Well, let them, they need to.
I would,
Here's the deal, Mr. Secretary. We need to have a workshop, and we need to have a workshop quick with all the department heads. Ma'am, Andy, we need to have a workshop with each one of the department heads, like it's supposed to be like we used to do it in the.
Randy's not in charge.
She's a city
That's part of her
secretary.
job.
Okay, I'll make.
Well, you're not doing it,
Let me
so
say
you're
it
not
different
doing the
way.
workshop.
Listen, we need to have a workshop where all the council is in the same spot and the department heads, where all the council is together, not just a part, because I know you're saying the council. Hey, hold on, everybody.
Hearing 20
I
conversations going on.
haven't got to be in a workshop, and we've been told a couple of months, and I don't know who all's been in one. Have you been in a workshop? Have you been in one? Okay. Y'all, we gotta do a workshop. We gotta, it's by the book. By the book is by the law. We gotta have it, all of us in one deal with whichever citizen wants to come, a department head, and we pick out each department. We used to do it, we used to do, police.
I did it with you when I was.
We used to do police and the court, and then we did library and, fire department, and then we did city, the water, and the utilities. All three of them, 3 different quick nights. I know you're saying we have to have it by the 19th, but we should have been doing this way before the 19th, Mandy.
Yes.
We should have been doing this way before the 19th. We can't wait until the last week and say, we should have been, started doing this like we normally did
It's out
in
of
the
my
last
control.
May.
I forwarded it to people over me, so it's out of my control.
So I make a motion, can we have a workshop?
Or
We gotta have a workshop, we can't,
It's not legally binding that we have to have a workshop.
yeah, because these figures are just, I know.
Yeah, and last year was wrong.
Guys,
Ma'am, can I say something, ma'am?
I do want to say, I do. Can we please? Can we please? Council's trying to ask me a question. I would like to be able to hear him.
What to do, when we got this proposed workshop budget, I really wanted to go over it, and I thought we was gonna go over it, but getting this packet, this packet's not even close to this one, and I'm
Okay, so when did you get the email up that your packet was ready?
Thursday.
And then you looked at it?
Yeah.
Thursday?
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
But I know, but I didn't get mine on Thursday because no one called me and told me, I'm so used to getting on Friday. I was blessed to get it the day, I was shocked to get it, but
Okay.
all my
So-
whole life I've got on Fridays and I never got one on Thursday. But what I'm trying to say is, this one and this is two different ones.
Yes.
This is a lot of money to go through and there's a lot of cuts. And
Yes.
people don't understand what all the cuts are for. And my question is, when I go to the gas station to get gas, sometimes I'm in a hurry, you know? And when I go to Brookshire, sometimes I'm in a hurry. But they ain't working out right now. Because when I go there, I'm getting questions about, where's our police department, when am I gonna get them back? And then everybody's saying, hey, well, you keep subtracting it, and went from 460 to 168, and then from 168 to less than 100,000. But we just need to have a workshop, because we need to have one, and on all the departments. And anyone can come, I guess, that wants to see it, but the department has gotta be here, and it ain't gonna be a real fast thing. We gotta go over some figures and compare last year and this year and what the difference is and what we want. That's what we really need to do. By law, that's what we need to do.
That's not my law, but
Well, by law, this is a lot of figures, but this is a lot of money and a lot of numbers.
I understand. And you passed budgets that are way worse.
When it comes down to it, you're out of line for that one, and it doesn't way out of line.
Can we please keep order?
So when can we make a motion to have a workshop?
Do you have your Robert's Rules of Order with you that you can refer to?
Yes. All right.
Once it gets to the agenda item,
Can you
they can
please?
make a motion.
So the law says that I create the budget. That is what the law says.
Okay.
So, if you received it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day you received it, and you were shocked,
Because we haven't had our budget, we haven't had our,
did you call?
no, I called,
Who
because
did you sit down to talk to?
I haven't sat down and talked to no one, because I've been waiting for someone to call me and tell me when we're having our budget, which I've been waiting for over 2 months. But, and our last two meetings, we said we was gonna have a budget workshop, and the last meeting, we said we was gonna have a budget workshop. What, you gonna say something? I'll quit talking. Go ahead, I'll quit talking.
I was gonna say, I did ask in the last meeting 3 separate times about a workshop, and you said yes.
We said probably Monday.
Yeah.
Probably did,
I was gonna try to do it
and last there was
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna share why Monday didn't happen,
But it could have been any day.
but you can give me a call. Absolutely. And I will share it with you.
Two alternates, three alternates for them. Have a workshop that allow each and every one of the aldermen to come together at one time.
We need to do that.
Yes, and unfortunately, we can't do that.
Well, that's your fault.
We have a question.
That's the budget director's part, and the mayor problem. Because the public has to be notified so much in advance before you can vote on these matters,
And we've
according to
legally done
Texas
our job.
law, and you have not. You have not made either one of those.
We've done our job.
You did your job, but not according to Texas law.
Order, please. Yes, sir.
So I'm new, I'm just trying to understand. So you're the mayor, this is the council. You made the budget. Do they have to approve it?
Yes.
No.
So they don't have to approve it?
No.
Oh, okay. So,
I don't have a vote.
okay, so they can, if there's all this, seems to be some confusion from what I'm seeing, they can say, they can table it, or they can say, no, we're not
It
gonna.
would be different wording in that, but
Okay.
yes.
So
I
they
don't
can-
have a vote.
Okay, so they can,
They can do whatever they want.
can they go back into the budget and make adjustments?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'm not.
I want to be able to listen to you out of respect because I called on you. So, order. I'm sorry, I did not hear the last part of what you said.
So can they, so you came up with a budget, usually budgets get reviewed,
Well,
but, okay.
More
you-
than just me, but
Right,
yes.
you talked to some of the
By
departments.
law, it is the mayor
Right.
that comes up with the budget.
Can
Yes.
they adjust it? In other words, do they,
Absolutely,
so they can, they don't have to say, yes, we want it like it is.
absolutely,
They can say, we're gonna make changes, and then you all agree to it,
absolutely.
right? So, why can't that happen?
Right.
And why does that have to happen tonight?
It's one of those things where it goes out. I mean, if it was my department and I saw issue, I would go talk to the person that created the issue.
Okay, but that's past. And
Well, I had
so
12
they,
right.
maybe they should have looked at it earlier or known, but the point is, we're past that.
Right,
And
now
that's,
we're
that's kind of that personal attack thing we want to stay away from.
No,
We
yeah.
want to deal with facts.
I would
The
love,
fact is, we're all here today,
right,
you folks, not have, we just moved in, so I don't have much of a say. Not having a police department is kind of scary.
Yep.
My wife's older, she's concerned, we're in town, we live in town. But the point is I think the council can do this, you know what I'm saying? And it might run late. You may have to go to the tax office and ask for a amendment or,
Extension?
you know, it's government, there's always things to do, I'm sure. No, you know what I'm saying? Everything has a little bit of flexibility, right?
the state, the tax office.
Well-
The tax office does not,
Well, listen.
but
Ask the lawyer, hire a lawyer for an hour and ask him, help us get through this. What do we have to do to give us the time to do this?
yeah,
That's just a,
I appreciate.
As recently living here, why don't you introduce yourself to the town here?
I'm Richard Guy, my wife's Jeanette. We moved in the old Ross's house in Blazner. Been friends of the Elkins for 34 years. That's how we moved to, we had the whole country to pick from, we moved to Hawkins. They did a good job of selling it. It was a good, and we always enjoyed coming here for years. But again, we'd like to see, like everybody, some of these issues.
And he chose me to mow his yard.
And that's right. And he does a heck of a job. I'll give you a commercial. You do a heck of a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, when you cannot have good dialogue in a larger group, it's very difficult to open up a budget and not be concerned that you're not gonna get any. A lot of our meetings have been that way, where, I mean, you just walk out and you're like, what did we even accomplish? It's just fighting to fight.
Did you have a pre-meeting with the department heads and the council
Workshops.
before you open up to the public?
That would be, well, you can't because you would have to open it up to public.
Do it
Anyways.
Do it in the firehouse, get plenty of room.
I know. It's one of those things where I think time best spent is dialogue. And we have not been able to do that. This is the quietest it's been in this room since we started.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to have any type of dialogue when there's so much hate.
There's a lot
It's not hate, it's fear, it's discussion.
Guys,
We want hate.
You're putting words in our mouth. We don't hate you.
please, stop. Please.
Council members, can you find out why you
I think
put
we
a
are.
motion?
Are we still in the public
That's
session
not
on the
true.
budget?
She won't.
She's on the presiding officer, you guys make the rules.
By law, the mayor creates the budget.
That's right, and then they have to
And
approve
then
it.
they can approve it.
They have to approve it. Their votes have to approve it, not you.
I've said that the entire time. I do not have a vote. I've said that.
That's
I don't know how many times I've said that. I don't have a vote.
Are we on 14?
So, we're gonna close the public hearing.
No, I
So now,
didn't get that.
the public hearing is closed. That means the council is speaking. Any questions, concerns? Do you know what number we're on?
Number 14. Number 9.
And 10. But my question is, okay, we're going to, on the B2 budget, under the court, we need to amend the salary from 4,800 to 10,200.
Right?
Should make the new number 18,225.
Well, it'll be close to that, because I gotta do the FICA and all that stuff, aren't you? I don't know. I'll take my paper on my desk.
That's okay. If you need to take a moment to go get it, you can. Right. We did.
Yes, and we fixed the fire department, yes, under where the payment, the vehicle payment for the fire truck, we had 65,200.
Hey, guys,
And then on
the hearing's closed, but we've all got to be able to communicate. So I just want to make sure y'all
did y'all hear
heard
me?
that.
On the court, we'll take for the salary for the judge on the court, on the B2 budget, move that from 4,800 to 10,200.
Hey, guys,
And then on the fire department budget, this is the B2 budget that we're on. I'm making some changes to it. To the B2. Yes, we'll start with the fire departments first. We'll start with them.
Oh, I know.
On the fire department, we're gonna change where it says their vehicle payment, this is for their fire truck. We're gonna add 65,200 to the fire department budget to pay for the fire truck, the new fire truck. It's under this right here, it's under the budget where it says fire department. It's page 4.
We'll say fire department right here.
Yeah, it's on the top.
What's she saying?
We're gonna add where the vehicle payment is on line item 5377. We're gonna add their fire truck payment is 65,200 to their budget.
On the 26th, because it's 65,000. What's she saying?
Is that it? And then, tell me when y'all got it, and we'll move to the next. Y'all got it already, it's already community something. Yeah, so we get the fire truck, and then, once we get the fire truck in.
Well, that's just, I'm talking about just the projects and Mike may know more about it. I mean, his department, I don't.
Oh, the water project and stuff, no, because we already maxed out on the water and sewer because of the tap, the lift, like the bond we got. We've already tapped out the sewer and the water that we can high as we can go on that.
So you can't.
So we still owe $2,675,000 and that's what we owe, that's what we have left.
I didn't know that was like
So,
maybe an option. I mean, you got
for
a
that.
lump sum like that, you need.
For the bond.
Finance.
And we pay like 200 something thousand a year for the bond. So, yeah, and we got other debts that would have been overhead, so. We're just trying to dig our way back out of it, and I don't know how. And then on the court, and then we're on, and we go to the page 10 on the court.
If you're not ready, just say.
Oh, is you ready?
So we're in court right here?
Are you ready on the court? Okay, where the salary is for the judge, we need to change that to 10,200. And then that's all of our corrections unless y'all have any.
But if there's no court, I mean, police department, I don't know, court.
I think this is your opportunity for a workshop.
And then that's all my corrections unless y'all have any.
Anybody else have?
We also need to, remove the two big water things until we can get a grant or something to pay for it.
Those are extreme emergencies. We remove those off the budget.
Railroad needs to happen like,
I mean, that's up to y'all, but
exactly, Jackie, exactly. These are two things that we cannot wait on.
We can have an amendment added back in later when we have the funding. So when we find the funding, you could change what it.
Unfortunately, I talked with TML and they said that we cannot emergency amend it because it would have to be an unforeseen emergency. And so it would be very deceiving for me to say this is unforeseen when we already know about it. So it's not an unforeseen, it's two very extreme situations that we're in that it's priority.
I have open permit with railroad. We're trying to work under it to get the permit extended so we can get it board.
So we have a permit that's green and open right now, but it can die.
Anytime. Like I said, I'm not gonna do the water tower before the water line because they were gonna be running off just pumps, and we're taking a chance to lose pressure on the south side of town with our schools.
So, yeah, just to make that clear to everybody, this line that needs repair at the railroad crossing does what, Mike, for the city?
That line is feed two different ways. It's looped together for more volume from east side of town and the west side of town. We're down on the west side of town now, so we have one feed to that side of town. So we got the pressure, but we don't have the volume that we really need for the fire flow over there.
It's a loop system.
Yeah, it's a loop system.
I say one half.
Yes.
So what happens if we have like a fire at the school or anything, I guess, really on the south side tracks? What happens since we're only getting half flow?
We end up calling other departments in to help do a mutual aid, and we end up running off the tank water, and we'll have to pull from other sources like the river or a lake or something like that. And basically, we're having to back up the pump instead of being able to take our truck, put it on the hydrant, and do the job quickly. It's gonna take a little more time as the time progresses. We end up losing more property.
Sure.
And potentially not be able to get to someone else's line.
Right.
Speed's the key.
Yeah, we'll cut booster pumps on, but I mean.
Yeah. You only just do so much.
I mean, it's a very important project.
Absolutely.
So from what I'm gathering from the fire department and the head of the water department is, we're talking fire water delivery to kids at the school, people around town. Major issue here.
Both of them are.
Priority wise, where would the priority fall? Water tower?
Railroad.
Crossing?
Well, they're both working together. I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't take the water tower down knowingly that I only have one feed that south side of town. And because we'll be strictly running off pumps. And you lose the pump or something happens, and we're running pumps, we got to put pressure regulator valves at each end of town, all over, to keep the pressure regulated, to keep everything boosted up.
And these are dependent on line power, no natural gas drive, electric drive. they're subject to, power loss too as well.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, I had a bearing go out this weekend on one of the booster pumps, so.
How long could we hold off on the storage tank? How is it?
If it blows out tonight, we can't hold off.
Okay, walk us through the expansion valve letting go completely right now, total loss of containment. What does that mean?
We'll lose 250,000 gallons of water
Where's that water going?
on the ground.
But
To the fire station.
Exactly.
I'll tell you where you're going.
It looks like, I mean, looking at the aerial view,
I got
the
it.
elevation, it's heading straight towards the fire department.
Oh, yeah.
And the cemetery.
According to the elevations on the map, if you lose all containment at the water tower, it's heading towards the fire department.
Well, there's electrical inside the water tower too, so electrical controls,
Yeah.
electrical.
Thank you, Mike.
So, and on back in the fire department, where that line item is for the Wayne County, I will make a line item for that, so we can get that straight.
That's great.
So they'll know where their money's going.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
So Deb, kind of walk the council through the amounts, if you would, for the railroad crossing, water repair, and the expansion valve on the water tower.
I honestly was shocked that the railroad was going to be cheaper than what it is. I was expecting at least 500,000, just because we are having to work with the railroad. We're at their mercy.
Well, we don't want, this is our project cost.
Right.
We don't know what it's gonna cost.
We don't
for
know what.
their permits and state, Texas DOT's permits and all that stuff, so.
These numbers are our numbers only.
Yes.
And boring ain't cheap.
No.
Well, and to find that the pipe that actually goes under the railroad does not have a casing.
Well, you got to bore it and put a
Right.
casing in and then try to
So,
have inside
yes.
the casing.
The 675,000 for the, yeah, the storage, elevated storage tank rehab. And then the, sorry, my glasses are for the water tower, it was, can't. For some reason, I can't see the numbers. Can you just say it, Mike? How much though? How much the, railroad job's gonna be 359,000, and the water tower is gonna be 675.
There, see, that's a lot of work to go in there, sandblast, and actually repair, probably sandblast again.
That's right.
And then coat, primer and coat. That's gonna be
Well, the center riser has to be replaced.
expensive work.
And that's
But I
included.
just put in there and do that in a few minutes or a few hours.
And these numbers are our numbers.
Right.
I mean, we've obviously done the best that we can with it.
I guess I could sleep more, it might be a little bit cheaper. No, the railroad's gonna require a casing, yeah.
The bars is hard.
Never mind.
So there's a possibility it could be more than that, the 359. So there's a possibility it could be more than that. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, we're just being
This,
very
yeah, that's just the estimated cost. from the
conservative.
engineer, yeah.
But it's one of those things that we have to put it in the budget because it is not an unforeseen emergency. We know about it, we have to put a cost in there.
And we got to bore the railroad and the highway.
Mike,
Yeah.
the council
You
lady,
ain't got room right there for.
Jackie, you had a
she
question?
did, her question was, were there multiple bids, or is this something where it's a
This is
specialty
just-
type agency where you only have one route? to
This
go?
is just estimated cost from the engineer.
Okay, estimated cost from the engineer.
Yeah. We'll try to we'll put out bid for as quick as we can. Price could go down, price could go up. But it was any bid project, and whether it's $20, $25 or $26.
So basically what you're saying is, once it's approved, then the bidding process will begin at that point. To receive bids. Thank you, Mike.
I don't know.
Question for the mayor on the fire department line. Where did we land with the discussion earlier for the county and the amount shown on the budget, proposed budget?
Maybe,
Okay.
explain.
It goes to line item, I'm gonna put it, the one that they get from the county, I'm gonna put it in the fire department, but I'm gonna add a line item, so they'll know that that's where that money went. I'm gonna add a line item, so when they give me invoices, I will put the invoice under that line item, so we'll know if we can keep track of it.
I see. Ty, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I like that. I mean, we were discussing it over here on the end.
Right, I mean, I was gathering that, but I wanna make sure we're all clear what your thoughts are.
Yeah, certainly, certainly, yeah. I mean, that's a lot better than how it happens.
Obviously, it's not optimal, but I think we can all grasp that with north of $1 million worth of water repairs, that keeps our kids with water in all of our homes, and fire water for our protection that we're so thankful for here in the city of Hawkins.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the one that's got to answer for that.
That's right.
And if I can't tell you exactly, I mean, I'm not gonna do anything in that in the first place, but.
We'll fix it, we'll get it taken care of.
But yes, yes, sir, I do agree with that.
And then online, on the admin department, because I did take the, because when we had back in 22, our CPA told us to take the garbage out of the admin department, which we're gonna move it back. Starting October 1, we're gonna put it back in the water and sewer department.
So you got 110?
No, 171,000.
No, so it's line item.
It was line item 5325 in the admin department. And we're gonna change it back, it makes more sense to come out of the water and sewer. Because it comes out of the trash, it's on the bill. I don't know why he asked me to change it like that, but we're changing it back.
So Mandy, when will you all have all of this together, this proposed budget and all of this
The
ready?
final, whichever one they finalize, that's the one that I'll make all the corrections on, and that's the one I will send to the tax office, and we will send it, I'll have to send a copy of it to the tax office, and I will post it on their website, and you are more than welcome to come by and get a copy.
Thank you.
So you're changing 5325 garbage to what? What line?
It's water. It's under the admin department, it's 53, my line item for it, it's the garbage, it's 5325, but we're moving that to the water department. That's why the water, that's why the water department budget went up 171,000.
With that garbage line item, we take in money for the garbage, so it's kind of zeroed out. at the
Yeah,
end.
it's in the account, yeah.
So it's moving to the, which line?
Which
It's
is
in
al-
there.
It's
It's in
already,
the water.
it's already accounted for on the B2, is that correct?
Yes, in the water, yes.
Thank you.
budgetary questions or concerns?
So, are what we saying, we're not having a budget workshop?
I mean, I think we did very, very great just now. I mean, that was pretty similar to a budget workshop, and everybody got along, and it seems like everybody's happy, so.
Great.
I see no need for another workshop. I mean, all the department heads are here, so I think it's.
Where does we could
cut it to make up for
Yeah.
the two.
What about the police department?
I'll make a comment. I will say that I'm pretty confident, without quizzing the council one at a time up here, that the council is ready to proceed with the police department for the protection of ourselves, along with the others that live in the city of Hawkins. I think you can feel comfortable knowing that this budget, though it may be cut now, doesn't mean it cannot be changed in the future. Just because you strike a budget out today does not mean that it cannot be altered in the future to compensate for increase in departments.
Okay, and I think that's a lot of people's concerns, and you're saying even if y'all voted 87,000.
Most definitely, most
That y'all
definitely.
would call
If
a
we
meeting
knock it,
and come back and.
not to interrupt you, but if we knock it down to 10,000 for the fiscal year, that doesn't mean it has to stay at 10,000. That just basically means we're
She's saying it
we're
does.
shuffling.
She just shook her head and said it does. Right? Well, I mean, we've had stuff thrown back at us and said we
This is a
discussed it.
closed hearing. We've done the public hearing. We've closed it now, and he's speaking. I didn't say anything. I may have nodded my head, which I am
But you're in agreement
able
with
to
it.
do.
I mean, we would like to know.
No, the hearing is closed. This is for council.
Section 102.007B, Bravo. Government body may make any change in the budget that it considers warranted by the law or by the best interests of the taxpayer. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, what was the code section on that?
That is 102.007, Bravo.
B.
Section Bravo.
I will say that, I mean, I could have just raised the taxes through the roof, but I did this budget based on no new revenue. I do want to make that very clear. Yes, it's a deficit, but it's a deficit that we're all going to take on together instead of more taxes going through the roof.
Right, to try to compensate.
That's gonna make community happy,
Most definitely.
raising taxes.
I'm trying not to, doing my best.
Well, I'd like to, number 9, address considering the ordinance 2025-0915-A2
adopted the annual budget. I make the motion to go ahead and move forward with that.
Just the big two.
So are you going with the 1.3 million in deficit?
No, the B2, the.
851.
Okay, so,
Right.
so
B-
9. you don't have to-
B2.
Actually, it'll be a little more because we're adding.
Right.
Just so we're clear, that's the B2, correct?
I guess that's the amended, right?
So,
Number 9.
we'll do number 9.
But no.
These need to be, the hearing is closed, and these need to be called votes. So on number 9, you will vote yes or no as I call your name, and then we will vote on number 10. I will call your name, and you will vote yes or no.
Number 9 is the A2 budget, the 1,036,000 budget. Deficit budget.
Right, give us a moment.
Can you tell us again what the number 9 is?
Take item 14 originally.
And that is the budget that was proposed in the last meeting. B2 is the changes that were made to the budget here.
And we're done ahead of time too.
Y'all can let me know when you're ready.
We're doing number 9 first.
Yes.
That's the A2. Make sure they know it's the A2 budget.
Number 9 is the A2.
Yes.
Yes. We have a very small reserve, so I would press, I don't have a vote, I understand that. But I would press that we not do the A2 larger deficit.
I agree.
Y'all take your time, and just let me know when you're ready. I still feel like we need to do the call vote. Just want to be spot on.
Y'all ready for a vote? Council.
All right, so we're going to consider ordinance 2025-0915-A2, adopting the annual budget of the city of Hawkins, Texas for the fiscal year 2025-2026. Jackie?
Yes or no?
Those legal content could be found. I don't have to start with you.
Doesn't start with.
Okay. Meredith?
No.
Nick?
No.
No, Mary.
No.
Yeah, that's,
All right.
she said no. Everybody voted no?
All council members voted no.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to consider ordinance 2025-0915, B2, adopting the annual budget of the city of Hawkins, Texas for fiscal year 2025-2026. Meredith? Mick?
No.
No.
Eric? Dan?
Yes.
Jackie? Okay. All right, so we do not have an adopted budget.
There's nothing, I mean, State's gonna have to come in here and take over.
Let's do, since we cannot vote on a tax without having an adopted budget, the tax cannot be voted on. Therefore, the public hearing for the property tax rate cannot be open. So there is
The tax rate, the tax office is not gonna give us no, this is their deadline, but we have to pass this by.
I know, Mandy,
Okay.
That
that's
won't give
not,
an extension.
I know, but that's not something that is on your shoulders.
Can you
Okay.
explain why the tax can't be done if the budget's not done?
Actually, by law, you have to have an approved, adopted budget before you can set your tax rate. I know it sounds like it should be backwards, but that's actually the law. All right, so I'm reading carefully, hang on, to make sure. Okay, so there is only one thing on the agenda. So that's all I need.
I make the motion to adjourn with plans to reconvene at the time at which we come up with the right decision to move forward to keep the citizens of Hawkins covered with water in their sinks, fire water in their apartments' fire hoses.
That's it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meredith, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your input.